Hello from Munich High End. We are here with our friends from Chord Electronics, and we have the digital mastermind, Rob Watts. Hello, Rob.
Thank you.
Nice to
Hello,
meet.
nice to see you.
And please tell us, Rob, you've been very busy lately.
I've been very busy, yes, with the Quartet MScaler.
A new wonderful product.
A new product, yeah. So the thing about the Quartet is that I've spent the last 6 years working on it. So I've been extremely busy on this. In fact, it is the most difficult and complex product I've ever worked on, both in terms of time and in terms of the complexity inside the device. So we've got 5 FPGAs, same FPGAs that we use in the MScaler, but instead of 1, there's 5. There's 2 million lines of code.
Wow, 2 million lines of code.
Which I've had to write.
Imagine the time. Imagine the time.
And lots of experimentation in terms of fine-tuning the algorithm, getting that right. 2,500 discrete components inside it.
So it's a little factory.
It's like as complex as a PC, but this kind of size. The power supply is a 75 amp power supply to feed these FPGAs. So it's quite a beast. And the reason we have a separate power supply is so that we can feed the power requirements of Quartet.
So one box is not enough, you need to separate.
So the reason we need to separate is that we've got to reduce the noise, the processing noise, and isolate this thing from the rest of the system and isolate it from the DAC. So putting extensive and complex RF filters in the power supply and the same filters in the input stage of Quartet means that we get complete isolation. So it behaves as if it's a battery, so it's completely isolated.
So it's the best solution.
So that improves the sound quality markedly because we've got to reduce the noise that's being generated. So the reason that we're doing the scaling is about transients, or more importantly, the timing of transients. So when we listen to music or when we listen to sounds, transients are really important for the brain to make sense of what we're hearing. So transients are used for being able to separate individual instruments out, being able to perceive the timbre of the instruments, whether it's bright or dark or rich sounding. The starting and stopping of notes is all about transients, obviously.
So if we want a precise sound stage, we need good transients.
We need good transients, or rather we need good timing of transients. Because the problem with digital audio is that it's sampled at one point, 22 microseconds later it's sampled at another point. We need to reconstruct the timing of the transient in the middle, so that it accurately reproduces what the microphone was hearing.
Correct.
And if we don't do that, the transients are a little bit too early, a little bit too late, and the transients in the future and transients in the past upset the transient for today, the one that's coming through the system at the moment. So this modulation of the transients means it gets the brain completely confused as to what you're listening to. So your instruments become blurred. The timbre variation becomes less. The pitch reproduction is not so good, particularly in bass. The starting and stopping of notes, things sound artificially soft.
So basically they influence everything that we basically hear.
Yes, absolutely. And it's crucial from a musicality point of view. So musicality, that's being emotional when you listen to music. That depends on pitch, starting and stopping of notes, being able to hear each individual instrument separately and in focus. So these factors are crucial for musicality.
Amazing. And of course, the people will ask, how many taps are we talking about?
That's an easy answer. It's 4 million taps.
4 million.
That's why we're calling it Quartet.
So it's a big step up from the MScaler.
Yeah. But there's more to that than the number of taps. It's the algorithm itself that's vitally important. That is much more important than the number of taps. So the algorithm has been optimized to reconstruct the timing much more accurately than before. So that's the key.
I think this will be a home run product. And the already amazing Chord Dave's deck will have a best partner in crime,
Yes.
let's say, to give
Absolutely.
him the best possible chance to give us good sound. When do you think it will, because you are saying that it's a prototype
Yes.
just yet, so
We're
do
hoping
you
that
think?
by the end of this year we'll be able
by
to
the end
launch
of
it.
this year.
So, but it's, touch wood.
So please be patient, just a little bit. Okay, great, Rob. Thanks for having us, and we're looking forward to listen to the product and to see it finally launched.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
My pleasure.
All the
Thank
best.
you.